Hey guys, my name is Josh Helms. Thanks for watching my video. In this video, I'm going to go over exactly what Cisco recommends that you know in order to pass the CCNA Data Center exam. It's exam number 640911. This is one of two exams required for the CCNA Data Center certification. There's not going to be a lot of knowledge in this video. It's just an overview of exactly what you need to know in order to pass. I'm not going to go over my credentials individually, but they're on the screen if you need to know. So at a high level, there are four main areas that you need to be aware of for this certification exam. However, three of the four areas are related to the Nexus operating system. So I would definitely be familiar with Cisco's Nexus operating system. You need to be able to describe how a network works. If you've passed the entry-level networking exam, the CCENT, which is a prerequisite for this exam, then you likely already have this knowledge. This topic is going to compose about 15% of the certification exam. Be familiar with VLANs and trunks as used in a Nexus environment. It's similar to iOS environment, but there are some minor changes. Be able to configure, verify, and troubleshoot both of them, VLANs and trunks. This topic will compose about 21% of the certification exam. Know of and be able to implement IP addressing and IP services and features provided by Nexus devices. This topic will compose about 12% of the exam. Then you're going to want to be able to configure and verify and troubleshoot basic router operations and routing on a Nexus platform. This topic will be over half of the exam. It'll be 52% of the certification exam. How a network works. Cisco really wants you to be able to describe the purpose and function of various networking devices, and part of that is being able to interpret a network diagram and define physical network topologies. You're also going to need to be able to select the components required to meet a network specification. I'd pay special attention to how switches meet the feature demands of a network. Be familiar with the OSI and TCP/IP models and how their associated protocols function so that you can explain how data flows using those protocols in a network. The protocols specifically that you're going to want to pay attention to are IP, TCP, and UDP. Also be able to describe the purpose and basic operation of the protocols in both the OSI model and TCP IP models. When it comes to the OSI model, you're going to want to know what protocols belong to each specific layer. In a Nexus environment, you're going to want to know how to explain Ethernet technologies and media access control methods. Be familiar with the IEEE 802 protocol and carrier sense multiple access collision detection, or CSMACD. Be able to explain switching concepts and Cisco switch operations, layer 2 addressing, MAC address tables, and flooding. These are all features of Cisco switches that you're going to want to know. Be able to describe and configure enhanced switching technologies such as virtual trunking protocol, VTP, VLANs, 802.1q trunks, and the spanning tree protocol, or STP. Be familiar with implementing IP addressing services for both version 4 and version 6. Know the concepts of classful IP addressing, and know what RFC 1918 and RFC 4193, what those RFCs relate to. Be able to describe differences between IP version 4 and IP version 6 addressing schemes, including comparative address space and host addressing. Be familiar with and be able to describe basic routing concepts such as packet forwarding, and know the router lookup process and modes. Be able to describe the operation of Cisco routers, including the boot up process, the power on self-test process or post, and the different hardware components of a router. And that's about all there is to it. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If you have any questions or any feedback at all, please just leave it as a comment.